We're live in Facebook group, Best Chicago Wholesale Deals Live. We're going to be talking about three ways to scale your business, outsourcing, growing your business. So that's what we're going to talk about today. After you've closed, your first deal, or maybe you get to the point of closing your fifth deal. Um, Maybe you get to the point of closing your fifth deal. You want to start hiring, start mentoring, start other strategies that we're going to talk about that we do. So what we do in this Facebook group is we've been I've been flipping properties full time for the last 15 years, and we just basically teach you everything we know. Um, we do close deals almost every single week, and we just basically teach you what we're doing in our business in hopes one day you send us a deal in the future that we can partner on, or maybe you just sell us a deal, we buy it from you. So our Facebook group, Best Chicago Wholesale Deals Live, over 200 plus training videos there. I think something's going on with Facebook, but they're taking down the all the live. So I got to figure out something else on how to store all these videos. But if you're looking for deals in Chicago area, join our email buyers list here. Send out a few deals, new deals every week in the Chicago area. If you're have a deal under contract or you own a property that you think may be a good investment, you can email it to us. And my email is here, russell@bestchicagoWholesaleDeal.com, and we can see if the numbers work, right? And today we're talking about hiring for your business, growing your business, scaling your business. So going from I would say close at least five deals on your own before you start hiring, before you start helping other people. So for me personally, I closed maybe I think I made like 120,000 my first year full time, and I didn't start mentorship till after that. I didn't start hiring after that either, so it's just me by myself. So that's up to you. If it's a personal decision, I would say once you get to that point of you don't have enough time in the day, you of course you want to start hiring, right? So three ways we do it. We do it three ways. We to scale our business, we hire employees, of course. Anyone could do that's a common sense way. Second way is we mentor other people and partner on deals. So we have a mentorship partnership program that's very cheap, cheaper than probably anything out there. And basically, the reason it's so cheap is because we want to partner with you on a deal. One deal we can make 20 grand, one deal we can make 30 grand, right? So the reason why we do the mentorship partnership is that we want to eventually close deals with you, right? And we've had a ton of people that go through the program and are just like they're on their 12th deal, 15th deal, 20th deal. A lot of people, of course, are on their first deal. Um, and then third way is and this could be a step like you start mentoring people, partnering with people like we do, and then you start closing deals with someone, and then you can approach them and say, hey, what if I paid for your marketing and we split profits? So that's another way that you can grow your businesses. Like you not only do it with people that are proven that are closing deals or have closed deals with you. You approach them and say, hey, what if I paid, 500 a month or whatever amount you're willing to pay, 400 a month in marketing expenses. And then we split profits 50-50. So these are the three ways we do it. And so I want to get deep dive into the first one. So hiring employees. These could be virtual employees from out of country. They can be, of course, local. Um, we have employees like in Pakistan and the Philippines, and it's just because it's just like a less than half of what you would pay an employee here in America. So, and how do we find these employees? We use Upwork. So Upwork.com is a great website for finding and you can get really specific with it. Like you can actually get people that are just in real estate that speak fluent English, that have maybe thousands of good reviews already, and you can get real specific with what you want. So we love this website, Upwork, and finding employees. And another website which I hire as well, which is a good one, is Fiverr. Fiverr.com is another one you can find employees on, and again they're going to be, you can find it very specific to your company, or and you can find their reviews and how much work they did for other people, and you can see, of course you want to hire someone that has a lot of good reviews already, right? And the difference between Fiverr and Upwork is more so of like, I'm gonna hire someone full time. They're gonna be working 8 hours a day or maybe part time, 4 hours a day. Whereas Fiverr, I like to use it for per project. Like, let's say I'm not ready to hire someone full time. I just want to pay somebody to call this list of 1,000 leads for me. So I'm going to pay per hour for someone else to call, and I don't want to do it, right? So you can actually go on Fiverr and pay like for example, this guy here, I would do 200 cold calls for $35. I would do 2,000 cold calls. So if you don't want to cold call 2,000 people yourself one by one, you can pay him $200, right? And he'll call them for you, leave messages, and hopefully he'll get some good deals out of that, right? So Fiverr, we're doing it where it's per project, and then Upwork is where we're hiring for like full-time, part-time job, right? So those are the two things we use for hiring. And if you're not ready to hire full time, like I said, you can just do it per project, and you can keep using the same person over and over again, and you can see if it's worth it, right? So if I invest $200, he calls 2,000 people, and let's say these 2,000 calls leads to 10 good leads that make an offer, and out of those 10 leads, I get one deal under contract, and I make 10 grand. Now, was that worth $200? Of course it was, right? Of course, you want to make sure you're giving him a good list to call, and it's not a bad list, and you got it skip trace correctly, right? So, it's all about return on investment. So when you're hiring, it's all about return on investment. What's my ROI, right? And if I'm hiring someone and I'm paying them $2,000 a month. Okay. And of course, the first month is maybe learning, learning, learning. Second month is when, hey, you got to start making offers, and we got to see some offers out the door, and hopefully some contracts signed, right? And then hopefully I'm investing 2,000 a month, and they're getting at least a minimum of one deal per month under contract and closed, and hopefully you're making at least $10,000 on the deal. So if I'm investing 2,000 a month and I'm making 10,000 a month, how many times can you do that? You can do that as many times as you want, right? Because you're that 2 grand is making that 2 grand every time I invest 2 grand, I'm making 8 grand, right? So 10,000 minus two, I'm making $8,000. So I can do that as many times as I want, right? So what's your return on investment? So the downfall with employees, of course, is you got to train them. You got to you got to some of them are not going to work out. So let's say you hire someone and then 3 months go by and they don't do anything, they don't get any deals. You may have to look at firing that person and hiring someone else, and then you start the whole process over. So 3 months go by, I waste $6,000, and then I got to go find another person and then train him again for another month. And what if he doesn't work out? So yeah, it could be pretty expensive. It could cost a lot, and it is a lot of time consuming with training other people. But if you do get to that point, if you find a rock star employee that every time I pay this person 2,000 a month, they produce 10,000 a month, and close one deal and make 10,000 a month, I can keep doing that over and over and over again, right? And how we set it up is they have a daily goal, right? And I need to see the daily goal. So daily goal is offers direct to homeowner only. Owners only. No wholesales, no MLS deals, no, I don't want none of that. I want you talking to an actual owner, and I want you to make a daily offer to that owner. And if they're, of course, if they're working 8 hours a day, you're hiring them full time, they're probably gonna maybe take 1 to 2 hours per offer. So I'm expecting 4 offers a day direct to owner. And that's like the bare minimum. Like, of course, if you can do 20 offers in 8 hours, that's even better, right? But if you're not hitting the daily quota of 4 offers daily, then we have to look at why, right? Like, what's going on? Like, are we not providing the right training, the right tools, the right softwares, the right leads, the right numbers, right? So they have to hit this daily offer goal. And of course, if it's 5 days a week, they're doing 20 offers a week, right? So at the end of the week, they made 20 offers. And of course, if you're hiring them part-time, like 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, they're probably gonna make 2 offers a day, right? So as long as they're hitting their 4 offers a day, I'm happy, right? And then at the end of the week, let's say they make 20 offers, um, we should get something hopefully under contract, right? But at the end of 2 weeks, they make 40 offers. We definitely should have something. At the end of the month, 80 offers made, we should definitely have a contract signed, right? And if there's not a contract signed, we got to figure out why, right? And it's a process with hiring an employee. So the first step is just get them trained and figuring out all the systems and tools that we're using. So first step is, of course, training, getting comfortable with all the systems and tools. The second step is, once they're up and running, is they're going to make calls, and they're just trying to get sellers to raise their hand and see if they want an offer. And at that point, they're putting it into a CRM, and then they're sending it to us, and then we're going over the numbers and analyzing it with them. So second step is okay, they're just going to call owners, and then they're going to see if they're interested in an offer on their property. And then once you got someone raising their hand, we go, we'll jump on a Zoom call with the VA, and then we'll train them on how we're analyzing it, how we're coming up with the offers. So first step is that they got to make calls and get at least the 4 offers daily direct to a homeowner, and they're not making the offers yet. So third step is eventually they're going to be able to analyze the deal themselves and learn how to analyze. And the fourth step is that they're going to make the offers. And some VAs are never going to get to this point where they're going to make offers on their own. Some VAs are just going to be stuck here, calls, analyze, and then they send it to you, and then you make the call, make the offer. Some VAs, you just have to, and how you determine that, is of course just use common sense. Like, get on an interview with them, make sure that, they speak good English, make sure that, I understand every word they're saying. But some VAs will get stuck here where they'll just, and that's still a good employee, someone that actually gets the 4 leads that are direct to owner every day, and that we can make an offer, and then I'll call them back and make the offer, or you of course you'll call them back and make the offer. So if you get 4 a day like that, that's great. You don't have to cold call. You're not cold texting. You're not cold calling. You're not doing that. You're just getting the leads and calling them back with the offers, right? So that's great. But you can get to the VA to the next step where you teach them to make the offer, right? And then that way your business is more outsourced, right? So you have to determine it. Sometimes you get the VA to make the offers on their own, and then all of a sudden you start seeing no deals under contract. So you have to either retrain them and see if have them go back out and make offers again. And if they still can't get deals under contract, we're going to put them back to just calling the leads, analyzing it, and then just sending us the deal, and then we'll call it with the offer. So um but the main goal is the daily, you're gonna at least 4 leads direct to owner a day that want an offer on their house, right? Like, that's the main goal. They're not doing that, and the main goal, then they're not hitting this every day, then we have to, of course, look at rehiring, look at why they're not hitting that goal, right? So the next one is mentoring, partnering. That's what we've been doing for I think I've been mentoring, partnering for like 13 years. I went full time like 15 years ago. Um, but mentor and partnership, um, I love because you're helping other people, you're giving back, you're teaching other people how to fish, you're teaching other people how to make money on their own, and you partner with them on the deals, right? So uh doing something like similar what I'm doing here is you just help people, you mentor them, you give them information, and you can do it free or paid. Ours is a small fee that we have a small fee because we give them softwares and technology and tools and all that. So but our main source is like, hey, let's partner, let's close on a deal, and that's where we make all of our profit, right? But I wouldn't start mentoring partnering until you close maybe 5, 10 deals. Maybe you made, I didn't start doing it until I made over 100 and I think 20 grand my first year doing it full time. And and people want to learn that. People want to learn because basically this business, like you're making money out of thin air. Like you're just creating, you're creating the money basically, right? Like, you know, a wholesale deal, you're just assigning the contract. You're not putting up any money. You're not getting the debt. And the other strategies we use, same thing. Um, but yeah, people want to learn that. So how do you get people to mentor and partner? Tell everyone you know. It's similar like when you get in this business and you get into real estate and you become investor. Everybody in your sphere of influence, everyone in your phone book that you have under contact should know what you do, and you should ask them, hey, if you got any properties. Same thing when you start mentoring partnering, like, hey, I made, 100 grand in the last 12 months. You want to learn, do you want to learn how I did it? I can teach anyone how to do this. And you're going to be reaching out to everyone you know, right? Like, or telling everyone you know. Anyone they ask you, hey, what do you do for a living? You tell them what you do. And eventually, it's good to have like a weekly Zoom call, or you can do something similar to what I do. Like I have a Facebook group. I have a small Facebook group with our partners that we once a week training, and then you can also call, text, email me, and we can jump on Zoom calls together. Mentorship and partnership, I think, is the best because it's like you're changing people's family, their whole family tree. Like I have people that never done a deal. All of a sudden they're on their 10th deal, and now they're doing, of course, they end up doing stuff on their own. And all of a sudden, they quit their job, and all of a sudden they're just full-time real estate going all in, right? And no longer have to work a job, no longer have to work for anyone else but themselves. That's very empowering. Like this business is we get into this, I would say, more so for financial freedom, right? Like I can work from anywhere. I can go to, like, we're going to like Dominican Republic for like a whole month in May, and I'm going to be able to work there the whole month, right? Like, and I can go travel anywhere. I can work from like another example is my wife was in the hospital for like over a week, and I was in the hospital over a week working at the same time I was be able to be with her, right? So this business provides so much freedom of your time, freedom of what you can do, whereas a job, you're stuck, right? Like, you have to stay there, you have to drive there, you have to, you're stuck. And then the third way is proven partners pay for the market, split profits. So that leads to that. So like when you're mentoring people, you start partnering with them. All of a sudden, you find someone you close 5, 10 deals with, and you say, "Hey, bro, like let's start partnering on deals. I mean, let's start doing more, right? Let me pay for your marketing, and we split profits." So what we're doing now is basically, um, we pay for marketing, we split profits 50/50. We're using systems like with AI technology now, where we're doing campaigns, and the AI's texting, calling people back, and stuff like that. So and it's unlimited. Like we have software now where we can call 200 people a day or 1,000 people a day, and we can have the AI answer the phones, the AI text people back. So that's what we're doing now is like we're setting all that up for our partners that are actually partnering with it, that actually doing something, right? So find proven partners, pay for the marketing, split profits. You can do a lot of other ways like direct mail, bandit signs, a lot of different strategies for splitting profits, paying for their marketing. And of course, you want someone that is proven, that they close deals, that maybe you partnered on deals with already. So that, hey, if I'm investing 400, 500 a month in you, you definitely hope, you want a return on investment, right? So to scale your business, of course, get to the point of first step is getting to the point of closing at least, 5 deals on your own. Hopefully you made 50 grand or more in profit, and then start looking to hire, then start looking to eventually mentor, partner with other people. And I always tell everyone like part of our program is like, hey, when you join, like, hey, just take a step back, and eventually you want to do that, right? Like that's the end goal is like I wake up and I have 10 partners that I'm partnering with, and all of a sudden I'm not the one going to all the properties. I'm not the one talking to the sellers. I'm not the one making the offers. I have a team of either employees or partners that I work with, and they're doing all that, right? I literally haven't been to a property that I actually walked to personally myself or negotiated with the seller myself um in a long time. I think it's been quite a few years, and we're still closing deals every month. And that's because of our team, employees, partners that we work with, right? We closed 14,000 uh Monday. We did a deal in Broadview, Illinois. I've been over here in Florida, right? Like I've been here in Florida, and that deal closed, we made 28,000, split it with a partner, 14 each. And that's pretty much every deal. Like we don't, and eventually you can get to that point. Because in the beginning it sucks. Like you got to go to the property. You got to talk to the seller and get rejected, hundreds of times just to get one deal. You got to analyze the deal yourself. You got to, meet the buyers there and show the property. You're a one-man show. You're doing everything, right? But eventually you can have partners, you can have employees, you can hire, and everything can be outsourced, right? Like everything can be completely outsourced, and you don't have to go to the properties, look at the properties, talk to the sellers. You don't have to do any of that, right? So these are 3 ways we scale our business. Either you're going to hire employees, you go that route. You're going to start helping other people by mentoring them and partnering with them. Um, or you're gonna find some maybe rock stars that are already closing deals and approach them, and pay for the marketing, split profits. Of course, it's always keep an eye on your return on investment. If I'm investing 500 a month or a couple thousand a month on an employee, what's my return? Am I getting a return? If I'm never getting a return, I gotta do something else, right? And this is what this business is all about. It's all about like, okay, I'm investing 500 a month on this guy. 3 months go by, I get no deals. 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, it's got to end somewhere, right? Like you have to have some type of return on investment, right? So if you need mentorship, reach out to us, kingdomreiacademy.info/homepage. You need a partner. We provide basically all the tools, systems, funding for deals. So check it out, kingdomreiacademy.info/homepage is the new domain. And of course, teach the word of God. First and foremost, the Bible's all about knowing Christ, coming to know him, coming to salvation and knowing him and who he is, that God is real, and believing in your heart, and telling yourself like, hey, I don't want to do it my way anymore. I want to do it your way, like God's way, right? And that's where the word of God, the Bible, comes in. After you come to know Christ and believe in him, we read the Bible to know what he wants us to do, right? And James, the book of James is probably the best book of wisdom, the best book, one of the greatest books on knowledge. That's why we're in James. And wisdom and applied to your business can I believe is can 10x your business as well. James 4:13, what causes quarrels and fights among you? It is not this that your passions are at war within you. You desire and do not have, so you murder. You covet and cannot obtain, so you fight and quarrel. You do not have because you do not ask, and you ask and do not receive because you ask wrongly to spend it on your passions. So this uh verse here is warning against worldliness. So what causes quarrels and fights among you? Is this not your passions and are at war within you? And it's all about like selfishness. It's all about you, right? It's all about like, oh, I'm gonna fight with you, I'm gonna quarrel with you because I didn't get my way, right? It's all about and God wants it the opposite. He wants our heart to be opposite. He wants it to be, it's no longer about me. It's all about you, the other person. It's all about God. It's all about loving God and loving other people, right? And that's why I keep doing these is I just try to help other people. Hopefully these trainings help you close deals or explode your business. And in return, I'm just giving without expecting anything back, right? So God wants you to do the opposite. Like instead of looking at your own passions and desires, is like how can I help other people reach their desires and passions and what do I have in my hand that I can help other people reach their goals, reach the where they want to get, right? Because you desire and do not have, so you murder, you covet and cannot obtain, so you fight and quarrel. And you do not have because you do not ask. And you ask and do not receive because you ask wrongly to spend it on your passions. So right here where he says you do not ask, I mean that you don't pray, you don't ask, you don't come to God and ask him, right? So you don't have because you never pray, you never come to God and ask him. And you don't receive it because when you do, if you are praying and asking, you don't receive your what you're asking for is because it's all about you. It's all about your own selfish desires and passions, right? Whereas you should be asking and praying for like God, use me to help other people feel, help other people get to where they want to get. Use me to help other people um, to love other people, use me to serve other people, use me to help other people. And usually, most of us go in prayer and ask, it's all about God bless me, God bless my business, God bless, it's all about you and your prayers. Whereas God wants you to change your mindset where it's not about you anymore. Like that's what humility is all about. One of the characteristics of a true Christian is humility, being humble. Whereas that means it's no longer me thinking about myself or my desires, my passions. It's me thinking about how can I glorify God? How can I love other people? How can I, instead of thinking about myself, I'm thinking about the other person, right? And having that mentality, like going into any negotiation or any phone call with a seller or any phone call with a buyer, that conversation changes completely. Like if I'm in that phone call and it's all about me and my passions and my goals, but I flip that on the opposite where it's not about me anymore. It's about the seller on the other side of the line. How can I help this other person? Then you go into that conversation with more of a servant heart where you're trying to figure out how you can help and serve and do the best I can to help this other person on the other line. And that's that kind of mindset when you're in this business can 100x your business or 10x your business, whatever you want to call it. But flipping your mindset where it's not about you anymore, it's about the other person. And every time you go into any type of phone call, you're talking to a seller, and you have that heart of a servant, and more so if you're trying to help the other person rather than it's all about because when you get in this business, like you look at like, okay, I need to make 30 offers to get one deal. And I can do that. If I do that once a week, I can close one deal a week. And you're just looking at the stats and the figures and the numbers, right? But every time you make a call, you're still that person on the other line. You look at them as a stat, where God wants you to look at it as another human, and how you can help that other person, right? So change your mindset. It's not about you. It's not about your own desires and passions and goals. It's about helping the other person on the other side, right? So if you do that, your business will explode. Like I can't tell you, like me personally, when I started mentoring and just helping other people, and it's not about me anymore, it's about others. That's when my business exploded. That's when, you get to that point of when you get to that point where you're not chasing deals anymore. Business is easy, right? Like for me personally, I have maybe 20, 30 deals in my inbox that I didn't have to chase. I didn't have to cold call. I didn't have to text. I didn't have to do driving for dollars or direct mail. They just came to me because of my team I already built, and because of our partnerships, that we're mentoring, and because I gave, right? I helped other people, right? And that's where you want to be, is instead of chasing deals, your deals are coming to you, and that's when business is easier. And the only way to get to that point is you have to start somewhere, right? In the beginning, it sucks. The beginning is hard, but eventually, once you know everyone knows who you are, and everyone knows who you are in the market, and you start helping and serving other people, people will start sending you deals all the time. So if you have any questions, reach out to my number, my email. If you have any questions, reach out to me, see how we can help you. Of course, if you have any deals, send it our way. We're buying ourselves, we're wholesaling, we're doing normal listings, we're doing creative strategies, we're still doing Airbnbs. So reach out to us if you have anything. So God bless. We'll see. We'll see the membership. We're doing membership training tomorrow at 12, Tuesdays at 12. So we'll see you in there.